Somalia police end night-long siege of hotel, 23 dead. A Somali police officer says security forces have ended a night-long siege at a Mogadishu hotel by at least 5 attackers who stormed the building after a suicide car bomber detonated an explosives-laden vehicle at the entrance gate on Saturday afternoon. Mogadishu, Somalia, AP. Somali security forces have ended a night-long siege at a Mogadishu hotel by 5 extremist attackers who stormed the building after a suicide car bomber detonated an explosives-laden vehicle at the entrance gate on Saturday afternoon. The attack killed 23 people. Troops regained control of the Nasa Hablog Hotel on Sunday morning, having killed 3 attackers and captured 2 alive, said Capt. Mohammed Hussein. Al-Shabaab, Africa's deadliest Islamic extremist group, quickly claimed responsibility for the attack. The assault started Saturday afternoon when a suicide truck bomb exploded outside the popular hotel in the capital. The blast twisted vehicles and caused massive damage to nearby buildings, which were left with only their walls standing. The attackers invaded the hotel and gunfire continued as security forces fought them inside the building. 2 more blasts were heard, one when an attacker detonated a suicide vest. Saturday's attack came 2 weeks after more than 350 people were killed in a massive truck bombing on a busy Mogadishu street in Somalia's worst ever attack. The government's Minister of Electricity and Water Salim Ali Ibra was rescued from the hotel as heavy gunfire continued in the shootout. Some extremists hurled grenades and cut off the building's electricity as night fell. Included in the dead were a mother and 3 children, including a baby, all shot in the head, Hussein said. Other victims included a senior Somali police colonel, a former lawmaker, and a former government minister. Saturday's bomber had pretended his truck had broken down outside the gate, said police call. Mohammed Abdullahi. The bomber stopped outside the heavily fortified hotel and pretended to repair the truck before detonating it, he said. Al-Shabaab often targets high-profile areas of Mogadishu. Although it quickly claimed responsibility for Saturday's attack, it has not commented on the massive attack 2 weeks ago. Experts have said the death toll in the earlier bombing was so high that the group hesitated to alienate Somali citizens. Somalia President Mohammed Abdullahi Mohammed said the new attack was meant to instill fear in Somalis who united after the Oct. 14 bombing, marching in the thousands through Mogadishu in defiance of Al-Shabaab. Since the blast 2 weeks ago, the president has visited regional countries to seek more support for the fight against Al-Shabaab, vowing a state of war. He also faces the challenge of pulling together regional powers inside his long-fractured country, where the federal government is only now trying to assert itself beyond Mogadishu and other major cities. The U.S. military also has stepped up military efforts against Al-Shabaab this year in Somalia, carrying out nearly 20 drone strikes, as the global war on extremism moves deeper into the African continent. A 22,000-strong multinational African Union force in Somalia is expected to withdraw its forces and hand over the country's security to the Somali military by the end of 2020. U.S. military officials and others in recent months have expressed concern that Somali forces are not yet ready to take over. The 2 attacks this month have shaken public confidence in the ability of Somali army to take over from the African Union forces. Many in the capital accuse the government of not doing enough to protect them. We are dying in hundreds now, said Ahmed Nurhashi, a Mogadishu resident. Who is going to protect us?